Can we stop casting people who can't sing when they have a song in the movie? Hey all, my name's Jordan. Welcome back to my channel. I love watching movies and then I review them by answering 3 different categories. The one thing I liked, the one thing I hated, and the one thing I would change about it. Today, I am reviewing Hercules. So go grab your popcorn and your candy and let's dive on in. At birth, there was a prophecy that foretold that Hercules is going to overthrow Hades one day. So to stop this, Hades has his minions kidnap Hercules and then try to strip of his god power, but they mess up. And Hercules has this super strength, and there's potential he could have his powers back. Raised by a loving family on Earth, Hercules always felt that he was a little bit different. He had this super strength, and then for some reason, everyone made fun of him. I'm sorry, but today people would not be making fun of him. But maybe that was just that time. As a young man, Hercules learns about his origins and then sets off on a journey to go discover his real path and set out to prove that he is worthy of getting his godhood back and face Hades. The one thing I liked about this movie was the songs. They're just fun and catchy, and for the most part, I can remember all of them except for Danny DeVito's, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Coming soon.
But I mean, other than that, I actually really enjoyed all of the songs, and it's really sad to say how refreshing it was to watch a musical that had good music.
You go, girl.
That's the gospel truth.
Because let me tell you, this year I watched Amelia Perez and Snow White, and guess what? The songs sucked. They were both forgettable, especially Amelia Perez.
Penis to vagina.
How it won an Oscar for Best Song beats me. I don't even know the song. What's funny is I watched Hercules a few days before I wrote this script, and I was running my errands, and could you not, I had Zero to Hero stuck in my head. Meanwhile, I saw Snow White literally one day before, and I could not remember a single song. If you ask me, I could not tell you. But let's be perfectly honest here. At that time, Disney was on a roll with a banger after banger after banger. They had Tarzan, they had Mulan, they had Pocahontas, you name it. All those were great. Their musical standards were very high at that time. And will they ever get back to that? I don't know. I hope so, because I love a good Disney song. Okay, going back to Danny DeVito, that was the one thing that I hated about this movie. Not his acting, I loved his acting. No, it was the singing. He can't sing.
So you wanna be a hero, kid? Well, whoop-de-doo.
And I don't get why movies cast people who can't sing when there's clearly a singing role in the movie. Either cast someone else, get a singing dub, which happens all the time, or don't make them sing at all. Remove their song. It's just frustrating because this cast had an incredible set of singers, and then there's Danny.
Whoop-de-doo.
It reminds me of Les Mis with Russell Crowe, where the whole cast was phenomenal. Everyone can sing. And then there's Russell.
Whoop-de-doo.
Go look at that video where the cast was rehearsing before the Oscars. Russell Crowe needed someone to keep him on tempo. Everyone else didn't. Just saying. When they cast actors who can't sing, what happens is they turn those songs into more of a talky singy song. And that's what happened here. They did it in Moana with The Rock, and they did it with Gal Gadot in Snow White. I'm just saying, could we go back to having triple threats run musical theater again in the movie industry?
Good morning, good morning.
If you can't sing, don't do a musical. Simple as that. And casting directors, start auditions with a song, not a monologue.
This feeling like no other. Next.
The one thing I would change about this movie is giving Meg way more credit than she deserved in this movie. Homegirl literally saves Hercules' life by pushing him out of a falling pillar and takes the fall. And Hercules is obviously grateful, but that's it. Then, 10 minutes later, Hercules saves Meg, and then he gets paraded by the gods. Make it make sense. And what I find so hilarious about this is the gods can see down on Earth. They've established that they can at least see. That means they would have seen Meg's sacrifice.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And let's do a little recap here. If Meg did not save Hercules, Hercules would have never been able to overthrow Hades. So why is no one acknowledging her bravery? I feel like Hercules missed an opportunity to celebrate Meg when he was being celebrated. So he sees her and then has a little private moment. I get it, they're trying to make this emotional moment where Meg still feels unworthy that she was working with Hades.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
But all that Hercules had to do, simple thing, what he could have done was say, "Hey everyone, I couldn't have done this without Meg." Boom, problem solved. So I had a fun time watching Hercules. This was the Disney movie that came out when I was born, and so good job Disney, you've made a good movie.
And voila, snaps for grace.
I gave it 3.5 stars on Letterboxd, so I thought this was a strong Disney classic. And when watching this movie, I was like, Disney, can you please go back to 2D animation? Like, that was really great. I love their 2D animation. Sleeping Beauty, 2D animations are fun to watch. Alrighty, with that said, if you like watching honest movie reviews, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 1,000. It's a team effort here. I make videos for you and you get to watch and enjoy. And I do post every Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you hit that bell for notification, you'll be reminded so you don't have to forget. How convenient. And I want to know what movies you want me to review, so go ahead and write your suggestions in the comments. Oh, and if you want to see what I'm watching, what I might review, go ahead and follow me on Letterboxd. I will put my username in the description below. And that's it for today. So go ahead and stock up on your popcorn and your candy, and I'll see you in the next video.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.